While the long-awaited announcement of the start of filming for Tron 3 should have been a moment of near-universal excitement, a prevailing sentiment within the fandom is one of concern. This apprehension stems largely from the perception that the project lacks several key ingredients essential for its success. In my efforts to provide balanced and factual coverage of Tron 3, I have closely monitored the reactions and comments from the Tron community. The tone that dominated many responses is undeniably one of pessimism, or at best, cautious optimism. In this video, I'd like to explore the reasons behind this collective apprehension and the factors that contribute to the belief that Tron 3 might already be doomed. Perhaps the biggest concern expressed by many fans centers around the current state of the studio responsible for bringing Tron 3 to life, Disney. If the film had been produced as a direct sequel to Tron Legacy, as originally intended in the early to mid-2010s, the outlook for Tron 3 would likely have been much more optimistic. However, Disney's recent track record with many other franchise films has been a source of disappointment and even anger for many within those fandoms. These failures in handling legacy IPs have consequently cast a towering shadow of doubt over its capability to deliver a compelling and respectful continuation of the Tron story. Another major source of negativity that has repeatedly surfaced in discussions about Tron 3 is the lack of apparent involvement of key cast members from the previous films. The exclusion of Garrett Hedlund, Olivia Wilde, and even Cillian Murphy, who brought fresh energy and depth to Tron Legacy, is a point of contention. The absence of these pivotal figures not only risks a loss of continuity, but also diminishes the potential for a nuanced exploration of the relationships and story threads developed in the previous film. With the passage of time and the evolution of their respective careers, the likelihood of their return in significant capacities has greatly diminished. Moreover, the possibility of Tron 3 progressing without the evident participation of key figures like Jeff Bridges and Bruce Boxleitner raises another concern. Their apparent absence, particularly Tron's, who is integral to the franchise's identity, poses a critical question. Can a sequel truly be considered a legitimate continuation of the Tron saga without the presence of its most iconic figures? Additionally, the recent passing of actress Cindy Morgan, who brilliantly portrayed Laura and Yori in the original Tron, casts a somber light on the realities facing this third installment. Her loss not only eliminates the potential for a reunion of Laura and Alan, but also underscores the consequences of the studio's choice to wait so long to make a third Tron film. The fact that both Boxleitner and Morgan were present for the launch of the Tron Lightcycle ride at Disney World demonstrates their enduring connection to and interest in the franchise. This highlights the reality of the opportunity that Disney has chosen to forgo. Instead of capitalizing on the legacy and emotional depth that these classic characters could bring, the studio has once again opted for a narrative centered around an entirely new cast. The introduction of completely new characters carries the risk of alienating an audience who sees the legacy characters of the Tron universe as a representation of the heart and soul of the franchise. The sadness surrounding this decision is not just about missing familiar faces on screen, but also about the potential loss of the connection and nostalgia that these characters embody for the Tron fandom. Many feel that the baton was skillfully and seamlessly handed over from the original Tron cast to the new generation, embodied by Sam Flynn and Cora in Tron Legacy. This handoff was executed with a sense of continuity and respect for the franchise's legacy, allowing the story to evolve while maintaining a connection to its roots. However, the prospect of an entirely new cast in Tron 3 presents a disjointed and disconnected contrast to what came before, leaving fans feeling as though the essence of the Tron universe is being left behind in favor of a change in direction. Additionally, the new cast of Tron 3 does little to alleviate concerns. Jared Leto's involvement as a lead actor for the film has been a particular point of contention. While Leto has had a few notable successes as an actor in the industry, his recent filmography has been met with mixed reviews, with some major missteps. For instance, his role as Morbius was widely criticized and became a source of a seemingly endless supply of memes. Needless to say, this and other negatively received roles have left many fans seeing his involvement as a bad omen for the quality of the new installment. While the other major actors in Tron 3, such as Greta Lee, Cameron Monaghan, and Evan Peters, are generally respected and considered capable performers, their presence does not fully offset the concerns raised by Leto's casting. Moreover, the casting of Jodie Turner-Smith has added another layer of unease among many fans. Turner-Smith's recent cringe-inducing remarks in press events about the Star Wars Acolyte series sparked criticism and concern. Therefore, like Leto, Turner-Smith's involvement is also perceived as an unfavorable sign for the film's prospects. The absence of Tron Legacy director Joseph Kosinski is yet another glaring missed opportunity that significantly impacts the film's outlook. Kosinski has since solidified his reputation as a premier filmmaker with critically acclaimed projects like Top Gun Maverick. His visionary approach and skill in handling visually stunning and narratively compelling films would have been a tremendous asset to Tron 3. Many feel that his involvement could have ensured a continuity of style and substance, maintaining the high standards set by Tron Legacy. In contrast to Kosinski, the directorial reins for Tron 3 have now been handed to Joachim Rønning, whose track record, while respectable, does not match the achievements of his predecessor. While Rønning has the potential to deliver a commendable effort with Tron 3, the change in directorship leaves many fans, myself included, feeling uneasy. The loss of Kosinski is a particularly bitter pill to swallow given his readiness and enthusiasm to direct the originally planned threequel, Tron Ascension. Therefore, concerns remain about the new film's ability to capture the unique essence and visual splendor that Kosinski brought to the franchise. Furthermore, the absence of Daft Punk's iconic sound in the new installment highlights yet another missed opportunity for fans who had hoped for a continuation of the auditory magic that so distinctly characterized Tron Legacy. Given their pivotal role in elevating the cinematic experience of the sequel, it stands to reason that Daft Punk would have been prime candidates to once again contribute their musical genius to the originally planned third installment. However, the duo's breakup in 2021 has dashed any hopes of their involvement in Tron 3 and adds to the growing list of disappointments and fan pessimism surrounding the third film's development. That being said, many are hoping that the motifs created by Daft Punk and orchestrated by Joseph Trapanese could be used and incorporated into this new project. While many key aspects of the Tron 3 storyline remain undisclosed, there is still a glimmer of hope that surprise appearances or even extended roles by legacy characters such as Bruce Boxleitner's Tron or Jeff Bridges' Flynn and Clue might be secretly planned. Recently, this approach of withholding certain details has proven the potential to greatly enhance the theatrical experience for audiences, as evidenced by the successful surprise inclusion of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man No Way Home. The impact of such reveals, when skillfully executed, can significantly boost a film's appeal and create unforgettable moments for fans. Thus, there is a possibility that Tron 3 could still deliver surprises that are aimed at rekindling the spirit of the franchise and paying homage to its roots. Ultimately, time marches on, and the missed opportunities of the past have become irrevocable. Therefore, it is my earnest hope that the creative team behind Tron 3 is acutely aware of the concerns and apprehensions harbored by the fans. It is crucial for them to recognize what could have been and understand the fandom's desires. I hope that the creators of Tron 3 will take these concerns to heart and endeavor to meet the fandom's expectations as closely as they can. It is vital that they work to preserve and honor the core elements that have made this universe so cherished. By doing so, they can ensure that the film not only stays true to the spirit of the franchise, but also expands the IP in a manner that is exciting while being faithful and respectful to its rich legacy. But I'm curious to know how you feel about the upcoming third Tron film. Do you share any of the concerns I've covered in this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Tron and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. And if you're looking for other ways to show your appreciation, you can check out my Patreon page, where members get access to exclusive content and perks. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.